Hello, welcome back to Mike and Mike. We are delighted that you can stop by. We took a week off based on some missing members, but they are back, except our main mastermind,
The intelligent investor.
Baby Trump, the intelligent investor.
The intelligent investor.
But he'll be back soon. You know, just pray for us and pray for him as he continue deal with his issue.
Yeah.
But he will be back soon.
Pray for a lot of the families in Jamaica that's going through the Hurricane Melissa right now.
Pray for the family members, friends, just colleagues who you know that may have family in Jamaica. That thing, based on what I've seen so far, is no joke. It's hitting hard. For those who understand the different parishes and the different areas in Jamaica, Kingston is almost demolished. Black River, which is an area, it's an area, I think it's off St. Elizabeth. I can't remember. I left there a long time ago. But Montego Bay, different areas apart, Portland, St. Elizabeth, et cetera, those are getting hit hard too. And especially, I think the most hard part is the flooding. It's not so much of the wind is going to damage that.
It's the flooding,
It's the flooding that's going to, what Melissa is going to leave behind. And
because there isn't much infrastructure to the island, right?
Yeah. So it's gonna devastate. The funniest thing is that this hurricane is one of the biggest hurricane on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Based on historical review and research what the guys have done.
That's insane.
That's insane. And then for it to hit an island, a small island like that, I mean, we know it passed through 80, and but at the same time, I think it didn't really have a dead on Haiti. It just passed through the outer skirt. But Jamaica had the dead on hit. It didn't pass in the center of Jamaica. God have mercy if it did. You would just know that Jamaica used to be here. If it had passed in the center of that island. But it passed on the outer skirt. I think it's on the west or the east coast side where Kingston, also areas of Montego Bay and St. Elizabeth and so forth. So we give thanks that so far we haven't heard of any deaths.
And three people died.
3 people die?
Yeah.
Just hope everybody's doing okay. That's not.
Funniest thing, I've seen some ridiculous stuff where people was literally out there playing around. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not playing in no hurricane.
Yeah, I've seen it dancing on the side of the street.
Yeah, I'm not playing.
If
in no
anything
hurricane.
should happen there, I don't give a rat's behind. The people who are following protocols, and if they got in trouble, it's not because of their negligence. It's because of whatever the circumstance. But the ones who put themselves out there, you could get striking, licking down, head cut off. I don't give a crap about it. This is ridiculous. It's like there's a comment where somebody generated AI saying Jamaica never take anything serious. And it's almost true. It's like, it's crazy. I've seen guys that try to drive up the road when there's
a case in point
2
right now.
feet of water coming down and they're still trying to drive. I mean, like, what are you even doing in the street in the first place?
That doesn't make any sense.
Don't make any sense. But anyway, thank you for joining us, and please like, share, and subscribe. Pray for those in Haiti. Pray for those in Jamaica. Pray for those who is gonna also hit Cuba. I think it's a little bit in the Dominican Republic also. It may hit off the outer skirts. Probably not that great impact, but maybe a lot of rains, etc., etc. But pray for the world overall. I mean, the crisis what we are facing right now in the entire world is not even funny, especially here in the U.S. with this nincompoop called Trump and these other goon heads that run around with him and others. It's crazy. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to jump right into our segment as usual. To my far right, we got Angel. Prime Minister Khalees.
Prime Minister.
Appreciate you.
The Donna Don Grigor.
The Donna of all Dons in the place. Sodomers.
Thank you.
To my straight ahead, we got Justin, a.k.a.
King Tox.
King Tox.
Baby.
In the house, baby.
I live for the toxicity.
Yeah. Mr. toxicity.
Exactly. All loose women, call me.
Ouch.
We are stricken that from
Bro, we
the
just
record.
started. What are you talking?
And last but not least,
And last but not least, you got Mike, a.k.a.
Hey,
Manana Porter in the house.
AKA, this is bull crap.
This is bull crap.
Yeah, we got the country run by a nincompoop.
Nincompoop in their place. These people are
I'm
drunks.
glad I know what that means now.
A nincompoop. Nah, that's an old school word.
It's like an idiot.
Yeah, it's an idiot, basically.
Pretty much. Right? It's
Nincompoop.
Nincompoop. Yes, people. Thank you for joining us. We have a lot topic to talk about. A lot of stuff is going on. What the government is doing, what his stepfather is doing, what the nincompoop is doing is just creating more problems. But we're gonna jump right into it. As usual, fellas, we're a new platform.
Yeah.
We got 20 minutes to talk based on whatever we want to talk about, whether it's technology, politics, law, or based on our 4 categories what we have. So whoever want to kick it off, you want to kick it off, Justin?
I'll kick it off. Well, first to make things clear, okay. I know everybody's been in the news watching that. Trump is like, his new project now is this ballroom, this White House ballroom.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get things clear. That is not coming out of taxpayer money. Okay, those are donors that are paying him. That means the donors are coming. The money's coming from
I think that's
Google,
illegal, though.
Apple, Amazon.
He's been sued.
Even a few
it's
years
illegal.
ago, he tried to even offer to pay for the ballroom. So for everybody saying, "Oh, our tax dollars are going to a ballroom," no, our tax dollars are not going to a ballroom, and you sound stupid when you say that.
But either way, it's still illegal what he's doing.
What's he doing? What to redo the ballroom?
Yeah.
They need one. They're always doing stuff in tents.
You're altering a historic building.
What do you mean? Because
White House.
he's updating it. He's updating it.
Yeah, because then he's gonna name it Trump. It's all about his
and
edict.
it's always. Don't you understand? There's not going to be there. There will be no more presidents after this. So just get used to it. There will be no more presidents.
Why do you say that? That's a little disturbing.
Nah, because it's going to be.
He said it
Trump.
himself.
Yeah, there's not going to be no more.
In a subtle way, he said it himself.
I'm all for it.
He's gonna try to do a Bloomberg.
Yeah, he's gonna try to get a third. So I
most
doubt
he
he is,
The
though.
most he probably do is another term.
I doubt he is, though.
He's gonna try to do a coup. That's what he's gonna try.
Oh,
to do.
but I just want to speak on that. But what we really need to speak on is this NYC mayoral race. It is coming down to the wire. Okay, election day is next Tuesday,
Right, November 4th.
November 4th. Okay. Once again, all right. I understand. New York City's getting smarter because you saw the debates. You saw Sliwa annihilate those two. Sliwa knows what he's talking about. Sliwa actually cares about the city. He cares about the well-being of the city. He actually has policies in effect. He actually has very good ideas. Okay?
I see.
Whatever the media is portraying, do not listen to them because they are backing Momdani, and they know what they're doing. Okay? But to the smart New Yorkers, the critical thinkers in New York that live in the 5 boroughs, Sliwa is your choice. Obviously, Momdani, first of all, Momdani hasn't even been in this country for 10 years. Okay? He is not a New Yorker. People think he's a real New Yorker. No, he's not. He's from Uganda. I'm a real New Yorker. That's not a real New Yorker. We recognize each other. That's not a real New Yorker. Okay? That is a socialist, and he is trying to, he is a puppet because they're trying to set it up for New York City to be a socialist city. And the reason why they're doing that, because if they could turn New York into a socialist city, they could turn any other city in the country into a socialist city. Don't let it happen. We are not socialists. This is free market enterprise. We will always be free market enterprise. We will always be capitalist. Okay? There are winners and losers for a reason. That's just what it is. Okay? If you're tired of being a loser, then work hard and eventually you become a winner. Okay? If you're a winner, then keep on winning. If you're a winner, then keep on winning. Just don't take it for granted because you might end up a loser. But as far as, these people, thinking Momdani is not doing anything for you. The man is selling, the man is selling, he's a snake oil salesman. He is not promising anything. All that stuff he's promising, those are all empty promises. He is not going to do anything for you.
Can't fulfill him.
Okay? Everybody's backing him. AOC's backing him. Hochul's backing him. They are all not for you, okay? These people that run our states, part of my French, they're pieces of shit. Okay? There needs to be a new regime. Sliwa is definitely the answer. Okay? It's coming down 7 more days. Please do not make the mistake of voting this Momdani character in, because that's exactly what he is.
So you're rooting for the guy that has 19% based on the statistic report.
And I have a feeling those statistics are being fudged, because when I speak with actual New Yorkers or what I see on social media, a lot of people are leaning towards Curtis Sliwa, but the media, which is New York
They were
One,
Mamdani.
they're trying to say, oh, Mamdani's ahead in the polls. I don't think Mamdani is ahead in the polls. And I have a feeling, and remember, be mindful of this. I have a feeling that they're going to try to rig the election. Do not let that happen. If that happens, then there needs to be some sort of uprising. There needs to be some sort of civil unrest.
I mean, you can't really stop it from if they're going to rig it. It's hard to control because, remember, these are the people who control the ballots, who controlling the number counting, who controlling the final say. So it's going to be difficult as us as a civilian to try to stop it. We can react after we find out that this is bull crap.
Yeah. But then that'll be too late. Like they need to people really need to utilize critical thinking. Stop listening to the news. The news is lying to you. Whatever they tell you, they lie to you. So whatever you hear on the news, think exactly the opposite, and most likely that's the truth. Stop listening to the news. This man is not for the city. And the reason why I say that, because there's a lot of people in New York, they don't think. They lack critical thinking skills, and they just repeat nonsense like a parrot or whatever they see on TV. This is very important. This is a very pivotal moment for New York City.
100%.
I think I wouldn't say they don't think. It's just like, I mean, there's a part of it too. Some they don't think. But I think the majority of it is because people are hurting, so they don't rationalize. They don't think on a critical, practical level.
And they have
reasoning.
They don't operate in reason because they are allowing their emotion to collide with their intellect.
And they can't have that. Stop thinking with your emotions. Emotions don't matter. I keep telling people this. Everybody, emotions do not matter.
Right, Joe.
They really don't.
Emotions should not overshadow.
They don't
common
matter.
Sense.
Okay, we're in dire straits here. Emotions do not matter. Get out of your emotions.
But
don't let your emotion outweigh your common sense.
Exactly.
I mean, they're hurting too, and I think this is why Mamdani, he plays on that. He piggyback off that, and he knows that once he started put certain things and having certain language in place, people are going to lean towards it. And Trump did this back then with the wall, and when he got into, he's trying to do, he built like 2 feet of blocks and then call it a day. Try to have Mexico pay for it. Mexico said like, right. Who you think that's stupid?
Yeah, exactly.
And then he came back out again. He started, he left the wall scenario down, and then he came back with this. What he was running on this last term. What was it again? The economy. He started running on, and because people was kind of hurting too with the economy, it wasn't doing that great, especially business people. And he ran on that, and he, based on that, according to what I'm understanding too, they think they stole the election at the end of the day. So he ran on that, and people are hurting, and they won. Now he's in power, and he's turning the economy upside down from a lot of, the funniest thing?
Well, inflation increased by 3%. Okay, inflation did go up.
Wait, but that's about normal.
Since he's been in office, inflation has gone up 3%.
Everything is going up.
Now, that's bad, but the good part about it that it's actually a lot lower than what was anticipated, because it was anticipated that inflation was going to go up about 10%, and it only went up 3%. I'm like, I don't want inflation at all. I don't think anybody wants inflation.
Inflation is inevitable, though.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's not inevitable. That's what I'm saying. Like, inflation is a con. Don't you understand? Like, there shouldn't be inflation because it's a con. Don't you understand?
Goods and services are going to go up.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying that, but it went up. It went up, but it was supposed to go up a lot higher. But inflation is a con. Inflation is not the way inflation is supposed to go. It's supposed to maybe rise 1% every 5 to 10 years. Not the way. And literally, I want to say within our last 15 years, inflation has probably risen a good, probably what, 20, 30, 40%.
Right. Well, the impact of it is going to be a little more severe, like the upcoming weeks. Hopefully the government opens back up and they're able to provide.
Well, that right there is a con too, because what it is, the Republicans actually want the government to open back up. It's the Democrats that don't want the government.
And then they're already threatening SNAP.
And they're trying to say, we're opening it back up, but we need $500 million. And then that's the other thing with the food stamps. And everybody's saying, there's 42 million. And what kills me, right? There are 42 million Americans on SNAP, right? On EBT. Mm-hmm. And they're saying, but what are you going to do? There's 42 million Americans. But people need to question, why are there 42 million people on SNAP and EBT? I've never taken SNAP or EBT. I don't qualify because
You make too much.
I make too much money, which is bullshit because there's no such thing as making too much money. There really is.
Really in this society.
Relatively
Yes, of course.
speaking.
But that's what I'm saying. So then now they're causing all this uproar, okay, because SNAP and EBT is going to get cut. But it's not going to get cut in the sense that you think. Obviously, it's still there for people that actually need it. But for you people that's been on SNAP and EBT for 15, 20 years, no, it's time for you to go get a fucking job.
But look at it this
Okay?
way.
Or do something to go get some money.
You can't pay attention too much with the SNAP and EBT because you also have Medicaid also going to be part of the cut. And this is one of the things. I don't always in line with the Democrats. I mean, even though that's my party,
Yeah.
I mean, they do foolishness as well. And I call them out, in sense of when we discuss these things and if we have conversation, sidewalk conversation. I do call them out. But at the same time, one of the things what I see they're fighting for, which I like and I support, stand up for them 100%, is that they are trying to tamper. Remember, Trump originally wanted to get rid of Obamacare. From day one, he wanted to
because Obamacare's been bullshit since jump.
I mean, it helps a lot of people out there, and it helps me at some point in time. And you're looking at where this beautiful bill is going to eliminate the healthcare system, a part of the healthcare system, like Medicaid and stuff like that, who a lot of us who are benefited from it. When I was out of work, at the end of the day, I couldn't find $300, $400, $500 to pay a month time for my insurance. Medicaid step in. And I was, I put it into the system for 20-something years of working. Never asked the government for one help.
Exactly.
And I put it into the system. So at the end of the day, when I was out for a few months, close to a year without working, I was doing gigs back in there, but it was off-record gigs where I make $100, I make $200, I make $500 there, and so forth. At the end of the day, it's not anything consistent.
Yeah.
Plus, unemployment was coming in and stuff like that. So that was contributing to my balance. But Medicaid step in, and for health insurance and all of that. I mean, I had some situation later a couple of years ago, and if Medicaid wasn't there, I probably would have a debt of maybe $90,000, $70,000 on me now. So and this is what a Democrat, because you have grandma and grandpa.
That's the whole reason it was put in place. In the first place.
And grandma and grandpa who can't afford these things.
Yeah.
And this is what the Republicans want to remove. I mean, like, why don't you? Okay, you want to cut out EBT and these other stuff. All right, fine, but stop trying to temper around with Medicaid. And this is Trump ideal from day one, which is a part of Obamacare. He wanted to get rid of this from day one. He came in, even his own party at one point, when he came in, he's like, oh, we get rid of Obamacare. Okay, what do you have to provide for it? Get back to you. Up to now, we're still waiting.
Yeah.
And he want to get rid of it. And even his own party said, but you're going to get rid of it and you don't have anything in place. That doesn't make any sense. At least come up with something, even if it's bullshit. Come up with something. Nothing at all. But you want to get rid of it. It doesn't make any logical sense. But at the same time, when I'm looking at it, this is one of the things what I see the Democrat is fighting for. And these idiots would rather, the fact that it's not going to impact them because they're wealthy. They have millions, billions, or whatever the case may be. So their family, if they have 100 people in their family, they still can take care of their family. They still can pay for insurance. Now you have the low-class people, middle-class people out there who are suffering. They can't find $200 for the week for the next food. Or they have some type of illness. They're trying to go to the doctor. Yeah. That's a $500 bill. That's a $1,000 bill. Where are they going to get that to pay? They can't even find $200 to pay their bill. This is where Medicaid step in. No, I'm not supporting those nincompoops who are sitting on the system.
And that's why they're doing that, because the majority of people that are taking advantage, we got to remember, it's a good 60, 70% that are taking advantage of these benefits, and they don't deserve them.
And I agree, but you can't eliminate the Medicaid just to try to, it's like you're trying to cut off your nose to spite your face. You can't do that. You have to find a common ground, common structure, how to get rid of that system or to eradicate the plagues that's on the system.
Well, I think the reason why they're doing that they're making such a drastic move is because they want to weed out the leeches. You understand?
I agree, but you have to find a different structure of doing that. From my little feeble knowledge, there's many ways you can do that. I've seen you can do that.
What about the ways?
Yeah, but how costly is that? You understand what I'm saying?
That too.
Well, that's what I mean. Remember, we are not what people got to understand about the United States, okay, yeah, we're still one of the richest countries in the world, but we do not have the money that we used to have. Okay? And drastic measures need to be taken. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things I don't agree with as far as, because I do think about that, older people, getting cut off on Medicaid. Now, what they're probably not explaining, like obviously they're doing it where it's a clean cut. But I'm assuming what they're going to do is that they're doing that to weed out all the leeches, and then the people that really need it, they're still going to give it to them. Where it's going to be like on an individual basis. We keep getting gas. We keep getting, there's a lot of gerrymandering going on. They keep gaslighting us. The media does not shut up. And that's what the media needs to do. Because they're constantly, oh, this is going to happen, and fear-mongering, and that is not the case. You understand? I understand these people are, they're not the most nicest people in the world, but they're still human beings. Right. So what it is, this is a chess game. And what's happening is that you have certain people that are interrupting this chess game when they need to just let the game resume. So see, like somebody like me, but you're not worried about it. See, you know what I'm not worried about? Because I work. Because I pay $350 a month for my medical. You understand? I come out my pocket.
That's
for
a
that.
lot.
It is a lot, but I got top medical. And what is my family gets mad at me because I never go to the doctor.
I pay $840.
$840.
For his kids probably.
Yes.
Yeah. No, remember because I want to say every paycheck is about $175. But what it is, I have really good. Like I don't come out of pocket for nothing. Like I don't have no deductible. My copay.
I mean, you're paying that much. Imagine
my copays are nothing.
Angel.
No, because remember he has to cover his kids. But he probably has a PPO.
Well, how many
plan.
people you're covering?
3.
Yes, him and his boys.
That's still too high though. That's like
$840 if you break it down. That's $280 per person.
I'm with Aetna, and I'm paying like for myself alone.
But what
paying
do you
like
have?
$50.
Do you have an HMO? Do you have a PPO? What do you have?
I have HMO. I have dental, medical.
So HMO is the cheapest one. That means you have a high deductible probably.
No, the $50 I'm paying on the month, out of my check.
No, that's a copay. I'm talking about your deductible. Say if you were to get a surgery, right? There's usually a deductible.
Oh yeah. That because even when I went to when before my Medicaid
where you got to pay
expired,
$5,000 before they kick in or whatever.
and there was a medicine which Medicaid was brought up to about a couple, maybe like $2 or $5 extra.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? Because at the time when I got back into work, my Medicaid was also in place. So there's 2 insurance running at the same time, which I know Medicaid is going to end this year because they're going to look on my record and see that I'm working.
Yeah, you're running concurrent. Right.
So now when I say, you know what, that's kind of a little bit too expensive. Switch it to my Aetna insurance. They went over. They're like, oh, you dumb. Deductible is $2,000. I'm like, no.
That's what I mean. So see, that's what I mean. See, like my PPO,
crazy.
I have a PPO, right? Mine's is through Apple, American Postal Workers Union.
PPO is on which one? You just go out of
because you got
one?
HMO. PPO is the highest one. So PPO you pay a higher premium, but I got no deductible.
Yeah, you don't have nothing.
I have a zero deductible.
Zero deductible.
My co-insurance is a nothing. My co-pays are $15, $20.
That would more suit someone who gets sick very frequently. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's but what it is, I'm paranoid. So what is? Because remember, before I joined the post office, I did medical billing. So I know what companies pay out. I know what companies don't. Blue Cross Blue Shield is horrible because they deny everything. They want to say everything is pre-existing condition. Aetna's actually very good.
Yeah, Aetna is pretty good.
Aetna's good. Mine's is underwritten. It's Apple Medical, but it's underwritten by Cigna.
Right, but I think
Cigna is very good.
Right, but I think the broader point is that the unemployment rate right now is high.
It's not that high.
So
I'm like it's crawling, but it's not that high.
Well, we need Medicaid. Like we need that in the country.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But what it is, you have people that have been on Medicaid. These are able-bodied individuals that they have been on Medicaid for 4 or 5 generations.
But why?
No, they need to go get a job and pay for their own medical.
But look,
I've never had Medicaid.
Yeah, but don't let the vulnerable pay for that, though.
What? I'm sorry?
Don't let the vulnerable population.
I'm not talking about the vulnerable. I'm talking about the able-bodied.
But look
and
at
see,
this.
unfortunately, that's the majority.
How do you flush them out?
Exactly how they're doing right now. That's how you flush them out. But unfortunately, there's going to be some people that suffer. But what I'm thinking is that what they're going to do is that they're going to flush them out. They're going to cut everybody off. But then the people, they're going to cut everybody off and then research every case. Okay, how long is this person? This person's been on his whole. Like they're going to be able to weed out. They have to.
Yeah, you can't. Respectfully, you can't play people's lives.
Understand what I'm saying?
Sometimes all it takes for someone to be severely impacted by a gap. It's just a matter
Yeah.
of a small.
And then you also got to remember they're culling the herd. I'm
that-
like, it's
you-
really
you-
messed
you
up.
miss 2 or 3
Yeah.
weeks of medication.
Yeah,
It's hard
but
to
then you
recover
also,
from
but
that.
then you also got to remember they're culling the herd because you have to remember now in 2025, people are living a lot longer. That is costing a lot more money.
Okay.
So another reason why they're doing that because they're it's really messed up if you really think of it, but it's necessary because now the people that are older that can't get that they're gonna die off. So now this is less people that they have to cover because you got to remember Medicaid is on a sliding scale. That is the lowest what I pay. Well, my insurance pays $350 for. Say if I get a procedure and it costs $5,000. My medical is going to pay that. I paid my premium or whatever. But on that sliding scale, if mine's is $5,000 through Medicaid, it's only $500. You understand what I'm saying? That's a lot of money lost. Even though the medical industry, they're a bunch of greedy fucks anyway. I mean, to be honest with you, we should have universal health care just like Canada.
You know, the funniest
You
thing
understand?
is not only Canada.
But then it might not work neither because, that's big for
Well,
profit over here. Everything is for profit in the United States.
It's come down to the greedy pharmaceutical companies.
Of course, big
because
time.
here's looking at
Big Pharma's a mob, bro.
Let's
Right.
look in the regions. You have Europe, Medicaid, free Medicaid,
They
health
got
care
universal
system.
health care.
Universal health care.
Yeah.
People don't have to pay a dime.
Yeah.
But the government is paying for it and controlling it. And look, they live in better
Canada-
lifestyle. We are one of the richest countries in
Yeah.
the world, which we can't
Canada has
maintain
universal-
that. You
That's
see
a
what I'm
great
saying?
point. That's a great point.
Canada has universal health care. You know who else has universal health care that they don't pay for medical, but guess who's paying for it? Israel has universal health care.
What do
that
they have
the
in
United
Cuba? What do they have
States-
in Cuba?
Israel has universal health care that the United States taxpayers, us three, we pay their medical, but we don't have our own free medical.
That's ridiculous.
Now you see, now you begin to understand my beef with
the
Israel.
hypocrisy from right across the angle.
Israel, it should be with here.
Exactly. We shouldn't be helping Israel with anything.
Take care of your own first. And this is one
Exactly.
of the things where
Cuba's a communist country, so
I-
Cuba I don't know what they have in Cuba.
It-
I don't care about what communist country.
it's going to be hard for that to establish in the U.S. The reason being for the corruption where you have in the
Of
pharmaceuticals.
course. Nah, there's too much money lost in
It's
that.
it's going to be too much money, Lord, because these pharmaceuticals and other corruption they're going to be losing these things. So
Yeah.
therefore, it's not going to happen. You see, because of Canada, Europe, and so forth, the different countries who have universal healthcare system, China as an example. They invest into their
Yes,
infrastructure.
they do. Yes, they do.
And this is one of the things the U.S. need to do,
They
and they
invest
keep on
heavily in it.
But then you also
blaming.
got to remember they invest into their infrastructure, but they're a communist country. So you only have the top 10% of people that are rich. The 90% of the rest of the country, they're broke. And they're trying to do that to us.
Yeah, but the country, either way you put it, the country is still taking care of their own. They
Yeah, but are they? If you really think of it, are they really taking? Like, let's put it this way. Like I said, only 10% have everything, and then the other 90% have nothing. They have to depend on that 10%. I don't know about you. I don't want to depend on anybody.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
I don't want to depend on anybody.
Well, depends on the situation. Depends. Like for instance, I would love to have universal health care here.
That'd be great.
It's kind of impossible to happen because of these greedy and corrupted
Of
people that's
course.
here. So it's kind of impossible. Now, the next side to it is you have this Medicaid system, which no, they want to remove.
Yeah.
What the hell you want us to have? I mean, you have people out there cannot afford. Some of them is still making $400 or $500 a week.
Me, Medicaid should only be given to people 62 and over.
Full
And if you-
five-
and if
full
you were
500
disabled.
full 500
So
a week.
only for the disabled and
I-
62 and over.
I wouldn't go with that.
Everybody else needs to pay their own medical.
I mean, so
62
what are you
and
talking?
over.
Sure.
So how do you become and push towards universal healthcare system then?
What do you mean?
I mean, that was one of the objectives we were talking about. That
What?
we're one of the richest country in the world, right?
Yeah.
One of them. We should be able. Europe is doing it. Canada is doing it, and we're far more wealthy than these countries and
Of
these
course we
regions.
are.
So why the frig we cannot do this?
Because they're not
It's
gonna.
greed
Because the top
and corruption.
Because the top 1% that really control this country will not allow that because that is money out their pocket.
And that's the point. I'm
Yeah, it
making.
is. But unfortunately, guess what? They're the top 1%. Whether we like it or not, they are in control.
So now
So-
coming back to the point where the Democrat is trying to help the people now, because if this goes out with this beautiful bill,
Uh huh.
a lot of us, including myself and others who maybe below me, beside me, or
Yeah.
a little bit higher, gonna get screwed.
Yeah, but see, that's why I feel the Democrats are not. See, you can't trust the Democrats neither, because they're trying to set us up for a socialist and communist regime, and they're trying to cover it up like, oh, you know, we're about the people. No, you're not. You're setting
I
us
think
up.
that was the part.
They're
that's what
setting us up
the
for a
party.
communist regime. They don't care about us, bro. What it is, because you have to remember, they're getting lobbied. You have to remember, the same way Big Pharma, the same way on the right, Big Pharma pays off, you know, on the right. No, we don't want universal health care. So the same thing that the Democrats, they're pushing universal health care because somebody is paying them to push that. Why? Because they're setting us up for another regime somewhere down the line, where me and you and I might not see it, but our children might deal with that. You understand?
know,
So where
I
they,
mean-
you know, they're setting us up to be another communist country. They're setting us up to be
But,
another China.
I mean, Canada
Well,
would,
never in the
Canada
bud.
would be the same then, and then
Well,
Europe
Canada
would
has
be the
universal
same.
health care, but from what I understand, see, I hear hits and misses with Canada. Because remember, Canada has universal health care. Like if you live in Canada, you got you're
Same
covered.
thing with Europe. I mean,
But I hear that it's not
they don't have the.
it's not very efficient. Let's put it that way. Like their universal health care is not efficient. You might be in the clinic. Like say if you have something, you got to go to a clinic in Canada. You might end up being there all day, 12 hours.
I mean, because it's just
understand?
based on man support. I mean,
But that's what
they
I
don't
mean.
have
So it's
the
not-
the physical manpower.
Exactly.
At the end of the
So
day.
as far as like obviously America's always been about the money. You gotta remember we're the only country that really generates a lot of money. We
And
generate
waste and steal a lot of money.
huh?
Waste and steal a lot of money
Well,
at
I mean,
the same time.
that comes with the territory. You understand? So that's always going to happen. There's always going to be thieves. That we're never going to be able to stop the thieves. Never. All we can do is be a lot smarter. You understand? But there has to be some sort of medium. Obviously, the happy medium isn't universal health care because now this is affecting the top 1%. Remember, we live in a trickle-down society. The top 1% is really the ones that call the shots because they're the ones with all the money. If they're not making any money or something like that happens and now their funds are cut, they're not trickling down any of that money. They spend a lot of money.
They shouldn't have that much
So-
saying.
Huh?
The saying shouldn't be on them.
What do you mean?
The government should make
No,
those
I didn't say the
decisions.
government. I said the top 1%.
Right.
Which is
Well-
above the government. That's the people who control the government. I'm talking about BlackRock. I'm talking about State Street. I'm
Something
talking
has
about
to be,
Vanguard.
something has to be adjusted.
I'm talking, huh?
Something has
No,
to be
it's
adjusted.
not. Something does have to be adjusted, but it's not going to work like that.
They
because
can't
they're the ones-
dictate.
You have no. Unfortunately, it's not that you're saying they can't. You know, they already are. There's nothing
Right.
we can change about that. But what you can do, you have to make it seem enticing for them. That's why I say something like that.
That's
Where
appeasing.
Medicaid, where Medicaid, huh? No,
That's
I said
appeasing.
enticing, not appeasing.
This is appeasing.
No. Two different words, two different meanings. What I'm saying is that obviously you can't give universal health care because that's going to cost a lot of people money.
If you have 1% with damage control, the system is broken. That's all that means.
Of course, the system's been broken, but you
Right.
have to learn to work within a broken system. By doing these radical changes, saying, oh, we want universal health care, that doesn't prove anything. Like, to me, I'm sorry. These people that are able-bodied, that they can go get a job, I don't feel sorry for them. Now, if you're over 62, if you have a disability, a real disability, not some bullshit disability that they make up, then you should be getting Medicaid.
But you can't-
should be getting assistance.
thing-
But everybody else, if you're able-bodied and then go get a job. Oh, we can't find no job. No, it's not the job that you want or you feel don't pay, then work 2 jobs. That's just what it is.
But
I live in that mind frame. Like I'm not. Nobody's here to save
valid.
us.
It's definitely
Nobody's
valid.
here to save
Look
us.
at
Like
it.
nobody's really here to save us. We're here to save ourselves.
to be fair, I mean, if you're looking at it from a constructive level too, and on tactical level, is that you have the economy is not great right now. It's screwed. It's shitty, right? If you're gonna create a structure to weed out these common grass, if you put it that way, or weeds and stuff like that. Now the weeds are gonna be out there on the road, doing what? Nothing. You have an economy where even the McDonald's or the Burger King jobs and stuff like that not going to be efficient enough for them to survive pain. They have to go in the bunkers with 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
You know, you put in $100, you put in $200 as in such as that in the 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom with like 50 of them in there.
Yeah,
And so forth. No, you have crime. Based on that, you're going to have crime increase.
of course.
Because you have people now out there in society not working. They have all the free time in the world for the devil or whoever else to give them ideas to go do dumb crap. So you're trying to create
That's
a
when you bring the
solution.
National Guard and wipe them out.
We're stricken this from the
Don't
record.
stricken that from the
We are
record
stricken
because
that
the
from
people
the
in Memphis and D.C. and Chicago, they're loving it. They can go outside and actually hang out and feel safe.
Yeah, but we're not gonna put people in danger and wipe them out for what?
Wipe them out.
Is your grandfather?
They're not contributing nothing to society. Wipe
your
them out.
stepfather creating this problem.
Huh?
When Biden and Obama was there, yes, the system wasn't all of that great. but
My
it was
stepfather's
good,
nothing but
right?
a puppet.
It was
My
good.
stepfather Trump is nothing but a puppet.
Well, you
he
said
has a
it.
hand up his butt. He took $230 million from AIPAC. Yes, I know you took that money, Donnie. And
We
you
don't
didn't
know that
And
for
you didn't
sure.
share any of it with me. You bastard. Okay?
He calling his stepfather out, boy.
Exactly.
Call me
You understand? You didn't share any of that money with us, Donnie. Nothing.
Just when you say call me daddy.
Huh?
Call me.
I'm not going to say call. I don't know. He has my number. You don't got to call me. Send me some money. You understand?
Send your stepfather, send your stepson some money.
But like I said,
you
like-
can send me some money.
Like I've lost, like obviously, I'm still a Trumper. I'm still. But what it is like, dude, you're compromised. Like maybe nobody else is gonna
He's
tell you,
been
but
compromised.
you're compromised.
100%.
Yeah, he's been compromised. But what it is, like, it's very, even to the people that supported you. I'm like, obviously, the people that Trump derangement syndrome, whatever. I don't listen to them because they have derangement syndrome. But what it is, the people that actually supported you, we can see that you're compromised, and we are very angry with you. Are we turning on you? No, we're not turning on you, but we're very angry with you because there still is light at the end of the tunnel. There still is a way for you to cut these people off. But you don't want to because you took $230 million from them. You think we don't know about that?
I think the one of the things that they were doing too, they're trying to get this Epstein file out, and right now they are trying to debunk the Democrat because they need two. I think they need 2 seats or they need 2 something.
Look, at this point, do you
From the
really, do you at this point?
But they're still fighting it
but
because
at
they
this
no
point,
one
do
to
you
come
give a
up.
shit? I don't care.
I don't really
I don't care.
care
Look, every
too much
single
about.
one of you powerful people, whether it's Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, all you guys that are worth a lot of money and you're in these circles, you're all pedophiles as far as I'm concerned. Don't touch my niece, I will kill you.
Stricken from the record.
That's not stricken from the record. Whatever
Well,
you want to do your
if-
little pedophilia
if-
shit,
I mean,
yeah, be my guest.
I wouldn't straighten that from the record because if that's what they're doing, we all have our little flaws and our
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
at the end of the day. But I mean,
Allegedly.
I think
Nah, that's what they're doing.
I think some powerful men is on that.
Of course they are.
On that, I mean,
The most powerful
speculation.
people in the world are on that
Speculation
list.
saying Trump is on there too. Other members is on
Look,
there
let's
too.
say, let's run down who are the most powerful people. Trump is on there. Trump is on that
We
list.
don't know 100%.
Elon is on that list.
Elon is the one to call it.
Elon is on. Yeah. You know why? To deflect attention away from him. Elon is on that list. Bill Gates is on that list. Most likely, I don't think Warren Buffett is. Warren Buffett's cheap. He probably just stays home all day. I don't think Warren Buffett did. All right, Warren, you're safe. Gavin Newsom is on that list. Chuck Schumer is on that list. All these past presidents. Barry Soetoro, a.k.a. Barack Obama, and his husband, wife, Mike, they're on that list. They're all on that list.
You done? So all of that we just stricken from.
What
the
do you
record.
mean?
That's why I wait until he go
That's
out with his list.
that's a provocation in its greatest.
You're on the list. I don't even care anymore. Matter of fact, from now on, when I tell, you know what I'm going to do? Everybody's on the list as well. If I don't want to talk to you, I'm going to say, don't talk to me. You're on the list.
MAGA, you might get recategorized.
I tell you, boy. Anyway, we don't have the garage here. Don't have no facts of all of that list. We stricken that from the record until he can provide.
This
that
fly that's
factual-
annoying. This is a fly that I swear, once I catch this fly, that fly you're on the list. You see him right there. That fly's on the list.
That's like
He's
the-
driving me crazy.
That's the Republicans right there.
Yeah, yeah. What's the word you just used?
That fly.
That's a
what's the word you
Republican
just used?
drone.
Bunkers. What's the word you just used? Bunkers.
Huh?
With bunkers, you use the word bunkers.
What?
This guy going bunkers.
What, I went bonkers? No, that damn fly's driving me bonkers.
He going bunkers. I don't know, man. But so Justin, give me Justin. Angel,
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister. So what is your piece on what you want to talk about?
Exactly.
Because he had already said his
I
piece.
want to just get some. I don't know if it's wishful thinking, but some enlightenment.
And tell the people where you got your Michael Jackson jacket from.
Maga, you're an enabler. You're an enabler. come November 1st, we want to understand Thanksgiving is coming.
Yeah.
We
Mike,
gotta
Mike.
make sure. When's the government
November
opening back?
1st.
When's the shutdown gonna be over?
We don't know.
We don't
It's,
know.
It's in,
But I know
right now
come
it's
November 1st,
indefinite.
they're cutting off Snap and EBT.
It's indefinite right now.
Doesn't that
'cause we
make
don't-
you unsettled though?
Huh? Not me. I'm not on Snap and EBT.
The
I don't
Republicans-
care.
It's not. I don't think it's about you. It's just about. I think. I don't want to incite anything, but desperate times are gonna call for desperate measures.
Strap up.
You understand me? If people are not able to provide for their children
And that's the thing.
and for the elderly, the vulnerable,
Because of this dictator, because of at the end of the day, I concur.
I don't
based
think
on some
the
of
elderly and vulnerable are not gonna. I don't think they're gonna be.
I
sued. I have
concur.
a feeling they'll still take care of the elderly and
what
the vulnerable.
you gotta understand that if you cut off the supplement, the SNAP and all that, they're gonna be affected.
I mean, you have other people too. Young people too. That
Babies need
they're not
diapers. Babies
they're
need
not leakers, and I use the
formula.
term leakers meaning that they're not bleeding the system. They're on their legitimacy.
leeches. Okay.
Yeah.
They're not bleachers, and so you have those people too, young, old,
I think they're gonna be
feeble,
fine. The
and stuff
legitimate
like
ones
that.
are gonna be fine.
But I mean, so that's what I'm saying. You have to find a common ground, of common structure,
but if you're gonna-
how to get out the weed.
If
No,
you're
look,
not gonna
Yeah.
let's use this example. You have a field of grass and weed, right?
mhm.
What you're gonna do now to get rid of that weed? You're gonna either buy some type of chemical where you throw, where you know that the grass is not gonna suffer because of those chemicals where you throw, but the weed will do. The weed would fade away because it doesn't have any substance inside of it, no minerals or whatever the case may be. Because
I'm gonna
it's
douse it with gasoline and just
whatever.
light it all on
But
fire.
everything gonna burn.
Yes.
You see, that's the point.
Burn it down.
You can't do that.
Yes, you
Because you're
can.
gonna- how are you gonna do that? You're gonna have innocent people gonna die.
Because
too.
from the ashes, it's all right. From the
Uh,
ashes,
what,
the phoenix will rise.
what was the analogy you said? You can't. What's the analogy? You can't burn the house down to catch a rat.
Burn it
Correct.
to the ground.
just
What?
Yo, something wrong with this dude. I
Hey,
swear.
don't you understand that's new life? When you burn everything down to the ground, you can
No, it's
start
not.
over. You can start over. All the riffraff is gone.
You live in a bubble, man.
I don't live in a bubble.
No, he doesn't live in a bubble. He live in a different planet. This is not
Okay?
even a bubble.
I live.
People out here hurting though.
Huh?
People out here hurting.
Let them
And
hurt.
this is why Mandani take
Let him hurt.
advantage.
I've been hurting my whole life. I went bald at 23. Let them hurt.
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
Huh?
Because there's too much toxicity.
Let them hurt.
It's too much.
The guy sounds so resentful. I was like,
Let them hurt.
Yo, he's like,
I'm
yo,
100 pounds overweight. Let them hurt.
he's taking out his frustration on
Yeah.
God forbid, God forbid.
I don't know, man. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Angel, what I can see where you're coming from is like, it's gonna be tough to do it, but at the same time, you cannot just eradicate a system because you just like what Israel was doing, right, with Hamas. So you want to catch 20 bad people, and you're gonna wipe out 50,000 people to catch 20 bad people.
Because that was the
out
con.
of a country.
Their whole thing was just to wipe out those 50,000 people.
That's probably the idea.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was the
so
con. That
again,
was the con.
that
They
was-
trained Hamas. They know where they're at.
It is crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It is. It's crazy. And
Yeah.
the funniest thing is that this,
That's a great point.
That's genocide. It's ethnic cleansing. That's why I said Israel got to go.
and they don't want now. They want to take over Palestine because
The
at
Greater
the end of-
Israel Project.
Yeah, the issue is that Palestine invite them because they were running from
Escaping from persecution.
from Hitler,
yeah.
and they came there, and these people opened their arms to them to bring them in and to help them out and get them on their feet and stuff like that. And now they took over
Yeah.
and started persecuting the same people. He's like, I brought.
We should have been on Hitler's side, bro.
The same people saved from persecution.
We protected the
Exactly.
wrong people. We were supposed to be on Hitler's side.
What?
You guys have to listen to Mein Kampf. Translated, Hitler was not the person that their history is making him out to be.
Well, I
Who
mean,
was he?
Huh?
Who was he?
Hitler was actually Hitler was trying to get rid of the Zionists. It was, well, unfortunately, the Jews were a casualty, like real Jews. But what it is, he was really going after the Zionists. The Zionists went and sacrificed basically their own people. You understand? But Hitler was not the villain. You know, everything that we've been taught. And mind you, how long ago this happened? 80 years ago?
They bought that. Yeah.
Everything we've been taught in school, they lied to us. They lied.
See, I don't know the deep history with Hitler himself. I know that he has some bad characteristic about him.
Oh, he wasn't an angel.
Yeah, so
I'm not going to sit here
know,
and say he was an angel, but you know.
But at the same time, you know, there was things that he was doing which contrary to the worldview, and he was going against certain worldview and certain principles and stuff like that. So based on that, as what Justin said, they paint the picture. I mean, again, he had some bad characteristics.
You know what his dying words were? He says, America has the jewels.
America has the jewels.
He was really trying to protect America. He really didn't want America to get involved. America has the jewels. Do you know who the jewels are? When he says America has the jewels, he means the black man. So they said all this stuff that he was on white supremacy, trying to create the supreme race. He wasn't. That's what they were doing. And they flipped it. Because his dying words on his deathbed, when he escaped to Argentina and everything, America has the jewels. And what he meant by the jewels, he meant the black man, the original man.
But you know, they had a movie. I mean, that's the history what I have so far.
Yeah.
When I think when he flew to Argentina, that's how they got to kill him, though, because they had one of these U.S. I think it was U.S. was also involved in it. I'm not sure. I don't want to spread propaganda, but I was watching this show. It was based off Italy. It's a true story based on Italy, how they kill him.
Yeah.
And how the World War was, and how they got to cipher certain things. And it was a good movie.
No, I've listened to Mein Kampf. You know Mein Kampf. That was that book that he wrote or whatever. So they translated all that stuff into English. Everything that he was talking about is happening right now in our country. As far as this whole dysphoria with gender, you know, gender dysphoria, you know, all this confusion.
What dysphoria?
Dysphoria, gender dysphoria. Like as far as, you know, people not, you know, with the whole, I'm not a he, I'm not a him.
I'm not a she, and I'm a
this confusion.
Hey,
This is what they were doing in Germany when he took over Germany. Germany was bankrupt. Like they were broke. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
They were going through economic strife. On top of that, the books that they were being, remember they were saying, oh, books were being burned. The books that were being burned, the books that were being burned, it wasn't no learning books. These were books on, you know, on transgenderism and homosexuality and everything that's basically a sin.
Okay.
And those are the books that they burned. They flipped it on us. Oh, he burned all the books and on the history? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. So then these are the things. And mind you, I did a whole book report on the Holocaust. I was like, wow, this guy really was. And then you kind of find out, you do more research, especially I want to say within the last year, what I found out, he wasn't, like I said, he wasn't no angel. But even General George S. Patton said it. He's like, we fought the wrong people. We protected General George S. Patton said before he died, we protected the wrong people. And he meant Israel. We should have been fighting with Israel because Israel has been a problem since jump. Because their homeland, they actually have a homeland. It's not Israel. Their homeland at the very, very southern tip where China and Russia meet, there's a land this big. It's about 75% bigger than Israel. That's their homeland. But they don't want to go to their homeland. Do you know why? Because China and Russia don't play that shit. They can't run everything that they run. Remember, these are the people that always ran the banks. These are the ones that did the usury. That's why you've noticed this is why they're constantly beefing with Muslims, because you got to remember Muslims, as far as we remember, it is in Muslim and Christian faith, you do not lend money and then charge interest. That's called usury. That's sin.
Right.
The Jews do that, or I should say the Zionists do that. And this is why they were able to bankrupt so many countries. And mind you, they got kicked out of 109. This goes back thousands of years. It's just repeating itself. But what it is, these people, they always, wherever they go, they always make money.
That's what the Bible says. There's nothing new under the sun.
Exactly. It's nothing new under the sun. So this is what as far as like Hitler, unfortunately, Hitler, like Trump, well, Trump is, he's compromised. Or whatever he was trying to do, he did it, but he went about it in the wrong way.
Okay.
Because you don't just go mass murdering a whole, I'm like, I would, but, I'm not a nice person. But, in order to make a difference like that, you can't do that. He was basically trying to save Germany. Right. And it affects Germany now because I think Germany's even mad. Yeah. So it's not that there's not, all these things that they taught us about him, it's a lie. Like, they basically flipped it. They really flipped it, and we're seeing it now. Like, we're seeing it now. Like, we're going through, we shouldn't be going through this. We shouldn't be going through this. We should be a very prosperous country. We should be making good money. You
I
understand?
mean, but the corruption here is going to be, it's going to be,
I know.
the greed and the corruption is going to be tied down. I mean, we look at our economy right now, and as what we are focused on right now, and you have your stepfather. He's still going after China. He's still raising tourists. Now you have the farmers now is furious with him now, and then you have this No King. You see this No King
the No King protest, which is nonsense.
At the end of the day,
that No King protest is nonsense.
Half of his, I wouldn't say half because I didn't really study the collective part of it. Meaning, like, if it's half of Trump people turn against him now, or just people who wasn't supportive for Trump from day one. Or
yeah, no, this is still from the left.
But
if you really think of it, right, there's no king. You could tell us, you know where the hypocrisy is in it? Because if he really was a king, they wouldn't be allowed to do a No King's protest. You understand?
That's a great point.
If he really was a king, because I know if this was my land and this was my kingdom, and you're trying to protest me, off with your head.
But that's the thing that they tried because that's the direction Trump want to go. He's trying to go into the dictatorship as a kingship. He's trying to become a king. That's what he wants to do. That's the aim of what I can personally see. Now, I don't have no history that I can read this man's mind that what he's want to do. But based on patterns and stuff like that, from my own opinion, I think, and others, I think that's where he want to
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah. So based on that, I think this is where the petition comes in, where they're saying, no, we want to stop this game. Because, again, he made a statement about there's no more election again, in that sense. Now, if there's no more election, go figure. What do you think going to happen? It's going to be one person who is currently there going to remain president for the entire...
But see, that's not going to happen. You know why?
It can happen.
You know why? Because we are a constitutional republic. That is not going to happen.
Right.
The people...
He can try, though.
He can try, but there will be a crazy uprising. And what he doesn't understand is that even the people that supported him... See, one thing about, Trump supporters, or actually, when I mean Trump supporters, we're MAGA. One thing about MAGA, it doesn't matter if we support you. You're trying to hinder us. We're gonna buck. We're gonna buck. We are not gonna conform.
Some of it going on right now because right now some of his people, which you know what, I would publicly say this. I'm glad Trump is doing this for those who voted for him and now trying to flip. I'm glad he's doing this. The only sad part is that Angel here, myself, you can't count him because he's the
him too.
I'm still a Trump supporter.
Don't exclude him.
So I can't count him.
But I hold him accountable. I am not happy with him because he's messing up.
For those who out there that looking, including one of my good friend too, he voted for Trump because he think a businessman is needed in house.
A businessman is needed in house.
Not here.
Remember,
not this businessman.
Politicians are not needed because politicians are a waste.
Politician is the best thing to run this country because they have somewhat type of a moral and they'll have somewhat that care for the people.
No,
they don't. A businessman, the only thing he's going to look out for is himself and his cronies. Because they're going to figure out another way how to make another billion.
A businessman is cutting dry, and he's worried about the bottom line.
Well, what bottom? Yeah, his bottom line.
It's about the bottom line, yeah.
How he going to make more money.
That's what it comes down to.
Right, so there's no way a businessman can run this country.
Yes, a businessman needs, at this point, because politicians have done nothing. Okay, Joe Biden was a politician for 50 years. That man never had a real job in his life.
But you have corrupted politicians.
He has not done anything. All right, then.
It doesn't. But I'm not saying that you don't have corruption.
Do you know initially
right across the board?
When this country was started, the way it was supposed to work was that you have congressmen, you have presidents, you have your senators. These were all businessmen that they were only supposed to do a certain amount of time in Congress, right? They do a year, 2 years, their term, and they go right back to their business. Same thing as the president. So as far as they're supposed to be, what happens is that they became career businessmen. They became career politicians, which messed everything up. because then when they become career politicians, they're able, and obviously Congress, it's not really necessary. Everybody keeps thinking the president controls everything. No, Congress controls everything in the country. So what happens, you have permanent congressmen now that are voting to give themselves more of a salary. So now that they don't have to go back to their regular jobs. Now, initially, that's not how it was set up in this country. It was set up for certain people, for like me and you, to take turns, being a congressman in our district, and then going back to our respective jobs.
You brought that up. Two examples. One with the law of this land, the Supreme Court. This is foolishness what they have there, where once you go in, the only time you can leave that office is either you're dead or you resign. You cannot leave to be one of the judge on the Supreme Courts.
Well, that's a Supreme Court judge. That's not a politician. That's a
right,
judge.
But I'm saying these are the rules that need to be changed. I mean, it's applying from there because you have corrupted judge inside that sits.
Well, yeah, because they're compromised.
What are you gonna?
And even the judges, even that, they weren't supposed. That's something that Congress passed, and that initially, when our country was first started, that wasn't the case neither. Like I said, all these positions, these were done by regular people like you and I, and it was set up that way to keep us grounded. Somewhere down the line, Congress became powerful. You had certain people paying for them, lobbying for them. That's where they started passing these bills, to where all of a sudden now politicians are untouchable, which is nonsense, because all they are is con men. You understand? What people don't say, people like you and me, we are the real. They are not important. They're not our voice. They con their way into a cushy. They con their way into a cushy job. That's all they did. So what the American people, they have to realize, this is bullshit. We can vote them out. This is all they got.
That is exactly what should happen. Every structure, every system should have a refresh.
And there needs to be term limits on Congress.
Right.
There are no term limits on Congress.
Look at
President
Mitch McConnell.
has a term limit. Senator has a term limit.
Look at Mitch McConnell. How he's in there for almost 40, 50 something years.
Because Congress has no term limits, and Congress should have term limits.
Right.
So these are the things what I'm focused on. The justice system, which is the judges them in the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
They should have a term limit where they maybe every 4 years or whatever the case may be, refresh the system.
Yeah.
Every department with the government, just like how you have system here in the private sector. You are an employee. Somewhere down the line, they refresh you.
Yeah. Congressman should be every 2 years.
They upgrade you to in the company, or they fire you. Whatever the case may be, is always a refreshing going on. It's never, people sit in the company here for 30, 40 years, yes, but they're not at the same level. They always change into something.
They always keep moving on.
Right. So at the end of the day, the same thing should happen within the government system. But what? Because of the corruption and the greed and all of that foolishness, there's no way, especially the Supreme Court system, there is no way. Because if I'm the president and I'm throwing 2 of my people in there, you know what's gonna happen for the rest of my life, whether I'm president or not.
Yeah.
You know those guys is gonna support whatever. If I come out and make statements, even though I'm not a president, they're gonna run with that, and that is not good for the economy.
It's
not
big
good
nepotism
for society.
Yeah, it's big nepotism. That's why it's big nepotism.
So at the end of the day, this is where the system. I mean, some of these problems what we are facing can be resolved easily by doing these things, these simple things, refreshing our system.
Yeah,
it can be done.
I'm all for it.
But at the same time, you know why it's not going to happen? Because of the corruption and the greed and all of this power-orientated
structures. And then the daily brainwashing of the regular American person. You got to remember the regular. See, like us, like I said, like I've always said, we're critical thinkers. We think about a lot of stuff. Your regular average person, which is about your regular average American, okay, which is about, I want to say probably a good 85%. They're brainless. They don't think.
I would kind of concur with that too. I mean, I don't know if it would be that high, but
and then what it is, and then media is constantly feeding them this propaganda and nonsense, and they don't question it.
The problem now, what even going to make it worse now is this AI that came out. I'm sitting there watching some stuff. I mean, the good thing I have, I'm not run with it that I have good, I would say, eyesight of seeing when it's AI and when it's not, because there's going to be a point in time that even me going to start questioning my reality.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's where the point is going to.
Well, no, I think you can't get lost in AI. See, I like AI, but what it is, I will never use it as a crutch. We always, as human beings, we have to keep it as an assistant.
But the point is that you cannot tell the difference anymore because you're gonna see things that happen and you're gonna be like,
Oh yeah, big time.
propaganda is gonna be more. That's one. A lot of more propaganda
Right,
is
it's
gonna
hard.
be
Well,
developed.
people have to
And-
people have to critically
No,
think.
no, it's
Nobody
hard.
critically
Seeing
thinks.
is believing for some people. I mean,
Yeah,
once
some
they
people-
see it, they
But-
run with
but
it.
see,
But
but
that's
those are
why
not critical
that's why it's
thinkers.
good for us to know
Those are
have a
not
broad.
critical thinkers, and people
Right.
like that. Those are the ones that need to be eradicated.
Right. That's why it's good to know and have a broad aspect, a broad perspective. I seen an AI video.
I question
I
everything.
seen an AI video
Everything.
with Tupac and Kobe Bryant at the Warriors game.
Yeah,
They conversing.
yeah,
You know, like,
I saw that.
but I have to know that Tupac is dead. I
Yeah.
gotta know that.
But then again, looking at it this
Right.
way, look on a psychological level. There are other peoples out there that also saying that Tupac is not dead. You know, he will just
Yeah, he's in
hoax and
Cuba.
stuff like. So here's the thing now
Mm.
with those people when they see stuff like that, they're like, "You see what I told you? See, I was right."
Yeah, but see, that's but
And
see,
then that
but see
brainwash
that-
travel now to
yeah.
other people who like see.
but
what
see,
I
that's
told you.
delusional.
Mm.
Because these are people, like I said,
agree.
these are people that are not critical thinkers. See, I question everything. Like everybody says, I said, yeah, I question everything because everybody says, I don't understand why you're going for that side. I said, because I know exactly what I'm dealing with. I may not agree with everything. A lot of things that they do is heinous. But as
Right.
opposed to another side who's trying to insult my intelligence
Hmm.
and trying to act like they're my friend and they're for me when I know in this world, nobody is for you.
But look at it with your point, what you make. If you have,
Are you pessimist, man?
Big time.
if you have 75% or
I'm not a
80%,
pessimist. I'm a cynicist.
if you have 75% to 80% of what you mentioned that they are not critical thinkers. Now, if you have these people running on these things, what do you think gonna happen to society?
Yeah. It's gonna
That's
just
the
keep going
point.
dwindling down. Yeah.
That is it. So it's gonna get nasty.
That's why they need to be eradicated. That's why I say if you got that's why I say you light them all on fire and you start all over.
Well, we won't go to that level. We won't go to that level.
Burn it down.
We're gonna strict that.
This
Burn it down.
This guy's a little extreme. You're
Yeah,
right.
we're gonna strict that portion for the
You
record.
burn it down and you build it back up, and I'm the new
But if
emperor.
you burn everything down, there's nobody left. How are you gonna build something?
Oh,
that
there
doesn't-
will be
What?
survivors.
Who are gonna be survivors?
There will be survivors.
You say
ones-
you gotta burn everything down to get out.
Burn it down.
Yeah. So
Burn
how
it
are
down.
you gonna be survivors if you're gonna burn
Because the
everything
ones
down?
with third-degree burns that didn't die. You know what I'm saying? Burn it down. You create a new, and I will be the new emperor.
You be the new emperor.
Yes.
God would have mercy upon our souls.
Huh?
Yo, that's the time when I asked Elon to lend me one of his rockets so I can go to the moon or Pluto go chill out once he take over. That's it.
Burn. Actually, I would be a great emperor. I would be one of the greatest dictators the
I
world
said,
has
yo,
ever
Elon,
seen.
yo, I didn't like you, bro, but yo, I need your help right now.
Look, let's put it this way. If I was dictator, all ugly and fat women would be eradicated.
We're stricken that from the record again. We're stricken right now from the record.
I said the ugly and fat women.
It doesn't matter. They're still human
Not that
beings.
Swati women. The ones that are big and sour.
They're still human beings. We are stricken that from the record. Everyone is good in God's sight.
All right, so we'll send them to Idaho or some shit. Nobody lives over there anyway. I love being the bad guy.
Yo, he's already the pink in the brain, but who is the pink? Who is the pinky?
Huh? He's Pinky. I'm the brain.
Unbelievable.
What are we going to do today, Tox? We're going to take over the world, Angel.
We're taking over the world.
We're going
Angel.
to take over
We're
the
taking over the
world.
world. What are we gonna do to take over the world? We're gonna burn it. Burn it down.
We're going to burn it down.
Burn the house.
The only country I'm going to spare is Guyana. I'm going to make that my own personal territory.
Why you are Spain Guyana?
Huh?
Why
Because
specifically?
I like Guyanese women. That's why.
You like
Oh,
Guyanese
yeah,
women?
okay.
Yeah.
In context, I understand what he's saying.
The caramel colored Guyanese women. I don't like the dark ones. Y'all are sneaky. I don't trust y'all. Sorry.
Yo, you need some help, man. You're gonna put.
Oh, but that's not stricken for the record, though. You say he didn't stricken that for the record because he feels the same way.
Oh.
Nah.
Anyway, I'm glad he brought that. Stricken that from the record. Stricken that from the record. Anyway, people, it's about that time. I would say, from my little piece, it's gonna get worse, and it's a sad moment coming toward you. See this hurricane that passed through Jamaica and going through different islands.
Yeah, man.
we are going to face this in the context of an economic crisis. This is what's coming our way. Flip that in the context of our economic system. That is the relationship I'm connecting with. The disaster. See how it destroyed Jamaica and possibly Cuba, where it's going. This is where our economic system is going to head with Trump and whoever else come
But there's
after him.
opportunity for people like me and you because we're hustlers. We'll find a way. I'm telling you. There's opportunity for us. The other ones that have no opportunity, that means you deserve to perish. There's opportunity for us.
Okay, we're gonna remove that from the record too. So nobody,
everything.
Nobody's not equal.
He census me more than Instagram does, bro. You sure you're not on the payroll? Huh? You working for George Soros?
A lot of censorship, right?
Ridiculous. What is this?
He's trying to suppress you.
Exactly. You're trying to suppress me. You talk all this time about free. You're trying to suppress me. I'm letting you know what needs to be done. I have solutions.
No, not your radical solution.
I have solutions.
We need practical, logical, and good solutions.
Burn it down
See?
to the ground.
Stricken from the record again.
Save all brown skin, big booty Guyanese women. Thank you.
This is what I'm talking about, people. You see why we have to stricken this and everything else.
I'm building a castle in Don Drigo.
Save the ones with the driver license.
Something is really wrong. Something is really wrong. Anyway, folks, for those out here, I mean, based on what we had discussed, there's going to be the local laws, the local politics, what we have here. It's also trouble. So we have it coming from the top, which is the federal government. Mm-hmm. Then we have it locally, which if Mandani, Kandari, Sadari, whatever
that man cannot win,
wins.
Mike. That man cannot win.
It's going to be also another. So now we're going to get hidden from the federal government, then we're going to get hidden from the state. I mean, you get left here, then you punch back here, punch back here.
That man cannot win.
It's like, you know, those that thing where they have that balloon thing where they have outside of real estates and stuff like that, where blue up and the wind is blue.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what we're going to be.
I love those things.
Exactly what we're going to be.
It's a good thing we hit back.
It's crazy. I mean, and I know, folks, if you never prayed, this is a time that you
or
need
maybe
to
our
pray.
country just needs to revolt.
No,
You know what?
A good old-fashioned revolt.
No prize.
No, that's going to
Yes.
be more hectic and more troublesome.
Lot of
It's
blood.
going to create more blood. It's going to create more violence. It's going to create, I mean, it has to be. The funniest thing, the sad part of it is that even though I'm looking for a solution, from a principle biblical level, this is only where I can come from. From a biblical level, even though I am looking for hope and solution, it's not going to be there from a biblical level because Revelation talks about these things. And it's not scary. I'm not trying to scare, but it is there. They claim that man wrote the Bible, but yet within this Bible, everything so far is predicted, has happened. So if his man wrote the Bible, that means man have some great insight.
Right. 100%.
At the end of the day. And based on what in Revelation, go and read Revelation, what we see in here is happening now is hell coming. What we've seen is just when you're trying to light a match and you have that spark and that smoke, that's what we're seeing right now. Based on biblical terms, what Revelation talks about, Webster don't have the word what I can use to describe it. But this is why sometimes when I talk here and I say it's going to get worse, this is where I'm coming from. It's no insight of based on what I'm seeing happening now. It's based on what I've read biblically, what I've seen happen biblically, and the prediction what this Bible make, which every drop of it already spot on and coming to fruition.
It's crazy, right?
So at the end of the day, me saying this, it's going to get worse. Trump, it's irrelevant.
Didn't they say in the Bible that out the ashes a phoenix will rise?
Where you get that from?
Where's that from?
No,
Out the
you
ashes a
make
phoenix
that
will
bull
rise.
crap up.
Where is that from?
It's not in the Bible.
I know it's something biblical.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Go look it up and
They
bring it back on the
They have a
next show.
chapter on King
You
Tox
have
and
1 week to
Revelation.
research and bring it up. Because I would love to see
Out
that.
the ashes a phoenix will rise.
What Phoenix?
King Tox. Out the ashes a phoenix will rise.
That's some philosopher.
Burn it down to the ground.
That's some philosopher nonsense that they brought up and run it. But
I
anyway,
know that's from
folks,
somewhere.
yeah, in your mind.
Out the ashes of Phoenix. Might have been from X-Men. Out the ashes of Phoenix will rise.
See? Unbelievable. But
Oh wait, no, Phoenix was a level 5 mutant. Forget it.
I swear. I swear this guy gone bogus. He gone. Way gone. Not even medical doctors can help him.
What you mean? See,
Instead of,
you call me crazy. You call me crazy until you realize you're watching this right now. Until you realize King Tox was right.
King Tox.
Yes, I was.
I think MAGA has concluded that he's now dealing with a condition.
What you mean? There is
Spot
no
on.
condition.
Spot on. Spot
There
on.
is no condition.
Anyway, folks, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next week, same time, same place. Listen, pray for the nation. Overall,
Pray for Jamaica.
For Jamaica.
Please pray for
Haiti.
Jamaica.
Pray for Cuba, which the storm is going to hit, and possibly the Dominican Republic.
Oh, it's gonna hit DR too?
Yeah, but it's
damn.
not gonna get a direct hit. It's gonna be out of the outer skirt, according to them. It may phase out by the time you reach that, but Cuba is definitely getting hit. And so far, it's gonna move forward towards the Dominican Republic. But according to them, it may phase out. If it doesn't phase out completely, it's probably gonna be like tropical 1 storm, or maybe tropical half, if that exists. Storm by the time it hits them, if it hits. But, you know, at the end of the day, what we've seen so far is a disaster in Jamaica, and it's horrible. According to what Angel said, I haven't seen it yet, but he's a good source to run, not except him. You can't run with anything.
What you mean?
You know, stuff like what Angel
I
said.
speak facts.
You can take and run with it. So far, he said about 3 individuals passed away from because of the storm. So, you know, pray for. I have family members down there. You know, I know you guys probably know of someone here who may have family members there.
Yeah,
I know
nah,
Tox
100%.
know a few people here that may have family members here.
People. I'm like, with that, just really pray for Jamaica. Jamaica's a beautiful country.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you being
A
serious.
beautiful country.
Hey, leave the line alone.
Beautiful,
Leave the line
beautiful
alone.
people.
It's so profound and
Beautiful
genuine.
people, you know, also can
Absolutely.
have a tendency to be a bit ornery, but beautiful people, excellent senses of humor. But definitely pray for Jamaica. That's not, you know, I'm really worried about that because, you know, as far as their infrastructure, like we talked about, their infrastructure is not that strong. The government is obviously, you know, pretty corrupt. And what I'm worried about now is that after the dust settles, after this storm, you know, I know the aid money is going to come in, but make sure that you put that back into Jamaica. Don't
Right.
put it into your
That's
pocket.
Right.
And that's speaking to what is it? JLP and what's the other one?
PNP.
And PMP. Okay, so whoever gets that money on either side, make sure you put it back into your country, not into your pocket.
Right. Jamaica also hosts a lot of international students.
Exactly.
And good wishes with that. I mean, if they get $10, they probably take out 8 out of it and put it.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. Look, you
it's
want to
crazy.
skim, fine. But like you said, for every $10, you don't take out 8. For every $10, you take out like 50 cents. Okay, and then put
Take
the
out
other
none at all. Not
Huh?
taking out 50 cents. Don't take out anything at all.
Those are administrative fees, sir.
No, what administrative fee?
Look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what my gangster uncles told me.
You're from Kingston.
You're
right?
always gonna skim the skim, bro. There's always gonna be a skim. That's just what it is.
Is Uncle Wingley?
Exactly. There's always gonna be a
I
skim.
mean, the sad part is that he's right. He's
There's
gonna
always gonna be a
always
skim. But like he's saying, like for every $10 and you're taking out $8, that is dastardly. Now, for every $10 you take out 50 cents, okay, fine. You know, you have your little money on the
They
side.
don't have conscience like that.
Huh?
I'm sorry. He said they don't have conscience
I know because
like
they're
that.
greedy. So when that aid money comes in, because you know Jamaica's going to get aid money, please put it back into Jamaica.
Okay.
My people in Jamaica, make sure you hold your people accountable. They need to put it back into Jamaica.
As what my boy used to say, I had a dream. And one day you're gonna wake up that this is not gonna happen.
And all of Jamaica, just don't put it back into the resort towns and then just leave Kingston and Trenchtown, you know, to fend for themselves. Put it back into Jamaica.
100%. I like
Yeah,
it.
well, folks, I hope this prophecy and this what Tox is saying that it might be a reality. The unfortunate portion of it is not going to be a reality. It's not going to be an actuality.
Here we go. Here he goes. You went the whole episode
You're triggering this.
without talking your nonsense. You went the whole episode. with your made up words. That is not a word. Don't listen to him.
People,
You're provoking the man.
He is provoking me.
actuality, what we know of
Can't even
is,
say it right.
is that we're gonna wish and hope that these aid funds that coming from Europe, coming from England, coming from America, coming from all over, when it hits Jamaica, they're probably gonna see 20% out of it,
Hopefully get to the people.
you know, before it gets to the people. And it's sad. It is reality. It is actuality.
That's crazy that we actually that we're all in agreement of that.
It is
We know
crazy.
exactly
It
how
is
corrupt
sad. Yeah.
That government is, and that's
I think
really sad.
I think that's just politicians in general, respectfully.
It is
No,
politician.
is,
I
but
mean,
it's
that's
like-
where it's coming from
it's just,
mostly.
you know,
I mean, at the end
but I
of
mean,
the
but
day,
something like this is devastating. Like you shouldn't, you know.
it's like
It-
no
it
different
really is.
from all these other
I'm
devastations.
being,
that happened. Gilbert,
I'm being hopeful. I'm trying to cautiously be optimistic. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'm not being
Oh.
optimistic with reality at the same time, right? It's side by side. So
Remember New York City, Curtis Sliwa for mayor. Do not vote Zoran Momdani in, okay? You will regret it.
but you have two people
Curtis
running.
Sliwa
Three people
for
running.
mayor.
It's three people running.
Come on, Cuomo's not. Come on, stop.
Cuomo is all. When
A
they
vote for
listen,
Cuomo is a vote for Momdani.
No,
Do
it's
not vote for Cuomo.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because
Yes, it
right
is.
now, Cuomo and Mondani. Mondani is at 44. Cuomo now push up to 2 more points. So he's the 2-digit lead.
Cuomo, I'm not worried. I'm not worried
It's
about
further than-
Cuomo. I'm not
It's
worried
further
about
than that.
Cuomo.
The last poll I saw, it was 40-44. So it's 40% he was at, and then Donnie was at 44%. So,
So
I
my
mean,
true
I
New
don't know.
Yorkers,
But people,
Curtis Sliwa for
Wake
mayor of New
up.
York City.
wake up. I don't know about what's the other guy running?
Curtis
Curtis. I
Sliwa.
don't know about him.
Guardian Angels, bro.
I never read about his history. I never studied
Read
about
up
it.
on him,
I
bro.
know.
The man is a New York icon.
I know about Cuomo. At the same time, people are going by his corruption or whatever the case may be. What corruption? You kicked this man out of office for what? Almost 4 years. You have all the opportunity, including my girl, which I like.
Who? Who?
The governor, not governor.
Letitia. Get out
That's
of here,
my
AG.
girl. At the end of the day, she was.
She's a
part of
fraudster.
She's a part of getting him out.
She's a thief.
And the funniest thing is that they had all this time to go after this man, and nobody did anything.
She's a thief.
So you can show that all what they were doing is it was nonsense. It was something that put together.
It's personal.
It was personal because I think she also was running for governor.
Nah, she was AG.
No, she was running for governor when
Letitia
when the election came up.
That's right, that's right,
she was
that's right.
running for governor.
That's right.
And it was sad to see. I mean, because she put her AG on hold to go run for governor, but
Well, you know.
nobody didn't really vote for her.
She's going to jail.
She ain't going nowhere.
She's going to jail.
She ain't going nowhere. My girl ain't going nowhere.
You can go now if you want to.
They ain't
We're
going nowhere.
through
They didn't find
with
it.
you.
But the final thing, Trump is just angry because he's going after my
They
boy.
shooting darts in the dark.
The FBI, the former FBI. They're going after him. He's going after Letitia.
You're going to jail,
Going
Letitia.
after what's the name? I forgot the other guy name who was also against Trump. Everyone who participate of getting Trump bad record
Exactly.
and all of that stuff were legit men.
You're
records. They
going
didn't
to
make up anything.
jail.
Can't work. It's not gonna work. Anyway, folks, we thank you for stopping by here one more time, and please pray, please share, like, and subscribe.
Yes.
We are been a blessing. You have been a blessing to us. We are crawling. We are our membership is going up. It's slowly, just like Melissa. We are
creeping
climbing
on a
ship,
come up.
but we're not associated with the destruction part of it. We are associated with how we are climbing up the ladder in subscription, and we are moving slowly but surely. Please, we cannot do this without you. We want your support. Please share with a friend, strangers, whoever. Just tell them that we have one of the greatest podcasts out there.
Yes.
They have this
100%.
toxicity.
Exactly.
But don't bring them because of this toxicity
And to all-
on here.
Built for
And
you.
to all thick West
built
thick
for
West
you by
Indian
you.
women, to all thick West Indian women that can cook really well, call me.
Yeah.
Follow me on Instagram. Thank you.
Have mercy.
Thank you, guys.
Anyway, folks, until next time, same place.
Peace.